Hello there, welcome to this video on multiplying polynomials of higher degree. We're going to go ahead and kick off with your knowledge of multiplying polynomials, which you did in Math 2, and then hopefully take that a little bit further with some more complicated polynomials. Alright, so our very first example here is something that you most likely would have seen in Math 2, and all we're asked to do is multiply these polynomials. And kind of what we're going to do is exactly like distribution. So I can go ahead and I can rewrite this as 3x times x squared minus 2x minus 6 plus 5 times x squared minus 2x minus 6, right? And all we're going to go ahead and do is distribute our terms. So I'm going to take this first piece here. Okay, and this is really what's happening. I'm taking 3x and I multiply times x squared. So we get 3, right, times 1. The leading coefficient is 1. 3 times 1 is 3. And then x times x squared gives us x cubed. And remember, we're using this property here that x to the power of n times x to the power of n, m, really is x to the power of n plus m. So we're just adding the exponents. When you multiply the same variable, you add the exponents. Okay, then I go ahead and I take 3x and I multiply times negative 2x. Okay, well 3 times negative 2 is negative 6 and x times x is x squared. Okay, then 3x times negative 6. Okay, well 3 times negative 6, that is negative 18x. Okay, and if you see here, this is what I did. I just went ahead and I multiplied all of these terms. I distributed. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to distribute the second term. I'm going to multiply the 5 in times all of these terms. Okay, so I have 5 times x squared. Well, that is 5x squared plus 5x squared. And 5 times negative 2x, that would be negative 10x. And 5 times negative 6, which is negative 30. Okay, and all I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to add these together. Okay, so 3x cubed. Negative 6 combined with a positive 5 gives us a negative 1x squared. And negative 18 combined with negative 10 is a negative 28x minus 30. And there you have it. Okay, and really that's something that you did in accelerated math or in regular math 2, and that we're going to be doing in math 3, but we're going to go ahead and take it to a higher level. So what we're going to do, we're just going to start off with regular monomials that are being multiplied, and we're really going to use this idea, the product of powers property. Okay, so what I'm going to use here is I'm going to use the commutative property and associative property, and I'm just going to shuffle my terms together. So I have 9x to the 5th, y to the 4th, times negative 5x to the 3rd times y. Okay, well what we're going to do, we're going to multiply coefficients together. So this is 9 times negative 5. Okay, then I'm going to group my x's. I'm going to put those next to each other. So x to the 5th. Okay, times x cubed. All right, and then my y's. So y to the 4th times y. Okay, and now what I can go ahead and do is just multiply. So 9 times negative 5 is negative 45. We have x cubed, sorry, x to the 5th times x cubed. That is x to the 8th power. And y to the 4th. Okay, times y, which really is y to the 1st, that is y to the 5th. Okay, so there you have it. All right, let's go ahead and look at the second example. Again, I'm going to multiply the coefficients, so negative 2 times 5, so negative 2 times 5. All right, now I'm going to group my x's together, so x squared times x to the 7th. Okay, now I'll do the y's, y to the 6th, right, times, looks like I don't have any y's there, so, okay, that's the only y. And then, I gotta bust out some more colors here. I gotta multiply the z's, so z times z, and again, if it's just a variable, it's to the power of 1. Okay, so, negative 2 times 5 is negative 10. X squared times x to the 7th, this gives us x to the 9th. Y to the 6th is just y to the 6th. And then times z to the 1st times z to the 1st. 1 plus 1, it's 2. So there is your answer, right? Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a practice problem. Please pause the video. I want you to go ahead and try this on your own and then check back for the solutions. All right, hopefully you have paused it. Here is the solution. So you should have gotten a positive 24x to the 5th, y to the 5th, z to the 6th. Okay, let's go ahead and look at some polynomials being multiplied together. And really, this is a little bit different because your powers are going to be higher, and we're mixing up some binomials with some trinomials. And we also, it looks like we have our second term not in standard form. Okay, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to go ahead and put both of these in standard form. So x squared minus 3 times x squared minus 2x plus 1. So I just rewrote that in standard form. And what that helps me do is it helps me kind of add together like terms in my vertical stacking method. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and distribute. So I have x squared times x squared. That's x to the 4th. X squared times negative 2x. Remember, this coefficient is 1. So 1 times negative 2, that's negative 2. X squared combined with x gives us x cubed. And then x squared times 1 is just x squared. Okay, next I'm going to go ahead and distribute the negative 3. So now negative 3 times x squared, that's negative 3 x squared. And notice I just stack it right underneath its like term. Negative 3 times negative 2x, that is a positive 6x. And negative 3 times positive 1, negative 3. Okay, so our final answer, x to the 4th minus 2x cubed. 1x squared combined with negative 3 is negative 2. X squared plus 6x minus 3. And there you have it. That is your answer. Okay. Notice it is in standard form, so you want all your answers to be in standard form, just like the instructions say to. Okay. Here is the next example. And again, very straightforward. I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to take my functions, x cubed minus 3x plus 1, and just ensure that they're in standard form. So that one is, all is good. Then I'll take the second one. Oh, nope. I'm going to move that 5x squared to the front, minus x, and plus 2. Okay, so now it's in standard form. Hopefully when I go ahead and multiply, we can just vertically stack right away. Okay, and this is a trinomial, right? 3 terms, trinomial, that's 3 terms. Okay, times a trinomial. So we're going to have to go ahead and distribute a lot. So x cubed times 5x squared. Remember the coefficient's 1, so 5. Okay, x cubed times x squared is x to the 5th. Okay, x cubed times negative x. Well, that is negative x to the 4th. X cubed times a positive 2 is a positive 2x cubed. All right, let's go ahead and distribute the negative 3x. So I have negative 3x times 5x squared. That is negative 15x cubed. Negative 3x times negative x is a positive 3x squared. And, sorry, I'm forgetting my arrows. Okay, negative 3x times positive 2 is a negative 6x. Okay, and lastly, I'm going to have 1 times all of these terms. And this is very easy because 1 times all of this is just going to be that. So plus 5x squared minus x plus 2, right? 1 times anything is itself, so you don't even really need to do any hard thinking there. Okay, and we just add straight down. So 5x to the 5th minus x to the 4th. 2 combined with negative 15 is a negative 13. 3 combined with 5 is 8. Negative 6 combined with a negative 1x is a negative 7x. Plus 2. And there you have it. Okie dokie. I have some practice problems for you. Here you go. Please go ahead, pause the video, try this one, do your best. I believe in you. You can do it. All right, pause the video. Did you pause it? Pause it. Okay, hopefully you pause the video. Here is the solution. 3x to the 5th plus 15x to the 4th plus 16x cubed minus 9x squared minus 6x plus 2. Okay, and really check your notation. Make sure that your work is clean and consistent. I used to be the student in high school where I just had chicken scratch everywhere, and it wasn't lined up. And it took me until I was a math major in college to really line it up, and it just makes my work simple. Okay, and you avoid errors. Okay, next problem. Now we're going to go ahead and mix in some multivariables. So you notice we have x's and y's, and they're kind enough to put this in standard form for us already. But really, it's the same. So if you can do the other stuff, you can do this stuff, I promise. So 3x times 2x squared. Well, what's 3 times 2? That's 6. Okay, easy. X combined with x squared gives us x cubed. See? Not a problem. I told you. Uh-oh, here comes the x and the y. Not a problem, right? They're just letters of the alphabet. Okay, my 2.5-year-old daughter can say the alphabet, right? She's on a roll. You are too. 3x times negative xy. That's going to be, so again, coefficient's 1. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. X goes with x. That gives us x squared. And I just have a y. So I just tack on a y. Simple. It's easy. And okay, then 3x times 7y squared. This is a positive 21. I have an x and I have a y squared. Nothing to combine. So that's that. Okay. All right, let me change colors. Now we'll distribute this negative 4y. So negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. I have an x squared, and I have a y. If anything with the tricky part, this is the tricky part. Finding the like terms. Like, where do I start lining everything up? And just make sure it lines up too. Okay? So negative 4y times negative 1xy. Well, that's a positive 4. Okay, I have an x, and then 2 y's. A y combined with a y gives me y squared. And then lastly, negative 4 times 7, it's negative 28y, with y cubed is y, or sorry, with y squared is y cubed. Okay, so here is our answer. We have 6x cubed minus negative 3 combined with negative 8. You just add them, right? They're both negative, right? Same signs, add and keep. Negative 11x squared y. 21 plus 4, 25. X, y squared, and the negative 28 y cubed. There you have it. Simple. Okay. Here is a practice problem. Please pause the video. Try this one. All right. Hopefully you did this one. Here is the solution. 2x cubed minus 9x squared y plus 18x y squared minus 20y cubed. Okay, so the very, very last thing that I'm going to go ahead and show you is we have a binomial here, and it's raised to the power of 3. And there's a very, very common mistake that students do with this, and that they just distribute the power of 3. You can't do that. And I'm not even going to write it down because I don't want you to write it down. I don't want you to start to memorize that and let that settle at all. Don't do that. What I do want you to do is I want you to recollect, and I'm going to write it over here, that x cubed, right? This is power form, okay, to expanded form. That's x times x times x, right? 3x's. And if I make this an x to the 4th, right, there's 4x's multiplying times themselves. Okay, so what we have here, and I'll go ahead and expand this out, is 3x minus 4. And always do this baby step. And I know you kiddos who like to go fast, you're going to be like, no, I don't need to do that. Do this. It's going to save you some points. You're going to actually do the problem right. Okay, it's 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 4 times 3x minus 4. All right, so now you're looking at the real problem, right? This is the problem, like on Halloween. Whoop, on Halloween wearing a mask, okay? Here's the actual problem. So now what we need to do is we need to multiply, and you're going to multiply, multiplication's binary, 2 things at a time. Meaning, what's 3x times 3x? Okay, that is 9x squared. All right, what's 3x times negative 4? Well, that is negative 12x. Okay, next, I'm going to go ahead and do negative 4 times 3x. Well, that is, again, negative 12x. And negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. So I have 2 things that I've multiplied, and now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to add those together, bring them down. And I know you're like, hey, what about this guy? Well, this binomial, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl, okay, is 3x minus 4. It just comes down. So now what we're going to do, right, is take the product, right, and multiply times that 3x minus 4. Okay, so we have to do it again. Okay, so 9x squared times 3x, 27x cubed. Okay, 9x times negative 4, negative 36x squared. All right, and I'll pick it up here. So negative 24 times 3x, that would be a positive 72x squared. Negative 24x times negative 4 is positive. Did I make an error? I did make an error. You were right. 48x. So this is negative, this is negative. So that's going to be positive. This negative times this positive should make this negative. What was I thinking? Okay, and then last but not least, now we have the 16. 16 times 3, that is also, I'm also making an error up here. Man, thanks for bearing with me. This is 96, positive 96x. Okay. 16 times 3x. That is a positive 48x. And 16 times negative 4 is negative 64. Man, I make some errors and then I just start second guessing myself. Do you guys ever get like that? You're like, I don't know. Well, you gotta keep doing your best. Okay, here this is negative 108x squared. 96x combined with 48x is 144 minus, so I'm running out of room down here, 64. Okay, and there you have it. All right, so that's how you take a binomial cubed, expand it, then you do your multiplication. All right, here is a practice problem. Please go ahead, try this one. What are you going to do first? You're going to expand it. Good, you were listening. All right, pause the video, try this one. All right, here is the final answer. Okay, so note in this one, they went ahead and they multiplied 2x plus 5 times 2x plus 5 like this first. I used the first two. It doesn't matter. You're going to arrive at the same answer. So, and there's no easier way. You're really multiplying the same thing. It's different. Okay? All right. Hey, that is it for this video. I hope you learned how to multiply polynomials of higher degree. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out, ask your teacher or I. All right, catch you next time. Peace.